Hello, everyone. Welcome to EDUX Talks. Today, I want to talk about something that seems simple until it slips through our fingers. Time. The critical importance of time. Why wasting it is the biggest mistake. And yes, I'm using the word biggest intentionally. Because when you stack up all the things we tend to regret, missed chances, projects we didn't start, relationships we didn't build, health we didn't protect, it all traces back to what we did or didn't do with our time. Imagine this. A bank credits your account each morning with 86,400 units. You can spend them any way you like, but at midnight, whatever you didn't use disappears. No rollovers, no savings account, and tomorrow morning, the bank starts fresh with the same 86,400. Would you waste it? Would you let it slip through cracks? That bank exists. It's called your day. The units are seconds. And the truth none of us can escape is that we are spending those seconds whether we are deliberate or not. We'll pour energy into protecting money. We'll protect our reputation. We'll guard our attention when it suits us. But time is the currency that everything else draws from. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose status and rebuild it. You can hurt your health and recover some of it. But when a moment is gone, it is gone. Not to scare you, but to wake you. Because if that's true, and we all know it is, then the biggest mistake is treating time like spare change instead of sacred capital. I want you to feel two things today: urgency and relief. Urgency, because every minute is a vote for the person you're becoming. Relief, because you don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You only need to take ownership of the next block of time. Ownership turns minutes into momentum. Momentum becomes identity. Identity turns into a life you're proud of. Here's the paradox. We think wasting time means any moment that isn't hustling. But the enemy isn't rest. The enemy is drift. Rest that repairs you is a great investment. Drift that dulls you is a silent thief. Rest is an intentional pause. Drift is a default. Rest refuels your future. Drift erases it. So let's get real about where time actually goes. Not where we hope it goes, where it goes. Have you ever had a day vanish and when someone asked, "What did you do today?" you reached for the vaguest answer? "Oh, stuff." That's drift. It's silent. It hides in indecision. It hides in overthinking. It hides in infinite scrolling, in inbox roulette, in checking the same apps because your thumb knows the path better than your brain does. It hides in meetings with no point, in tasks that aren't yours to do, in saying yes out of guilt and paying for it with your life. The cost of wasted time isn't just the thing you didn't do. It's the compound interest you will never see. It's the skill you didn't build, the person you didn't become, the trust you didn't earn with yourself because you said you would and then you didn't. You don't find time. You design it. You don't drift into a life that matters. You decide into it. Every yes is a no to something else, and every no is a yes to something that deserves more of you. This is opportunity cost, not as a textbook concept, but as a daily reality. The moment you say yes to a low-value hour, you say no to the high-value hour that could have been. You just can't see it clearly in the moment. Let me share a mental shift that changes everything. Replace "I don't have time" with "that's not my priority right now." Say it out loud. Feel the honesty and the sting. It forces clarity. If working on your health or writing your book or building your business or being present with your kids isn't happening, it's not a time problem. It's a priority problem. And if that feels harsh, good. Honesty is the beginning of alignment. Another shift, stop measuring days by hours worked and start measuring them by results created. Busy is not a badge. It's a blindfold. We can be endlessly active and accomplish nothing that mattered. Activity is cheap. Impact is expensive. And the price is focus. Focus is not about white-knuckling your way through willpower. Focus is about design. We perform how we're set up to perform. Your environment is making choices for you silently. The apps on your home screen, the notifications you allow, the people who have instant access to you, the websites you can reach in one click, those are all votes for how you will spend your minutes. If you don't choose, defaults will choose for you. Here's how we take control. Practical, doable, real steps you can start this week. First, clarity before calendars. Most people open a planner and start filling boxes. That's like building a house by arranging the furniture. Start with the foundation. What actually matters to you this season? Not in a vague way, I want to be happy. I mean 3 results you want to have created 90 days from now. Something you could point to. I completed the certification. I reached this fitness benchmark. I launched this product. I deepened these relationships with weekly time. Clarity compresses time. When you decide what matters, unimportant options start to fall away on their own. Remember, your calendar is not a jail, it's a mirror. If you don't like what you see on it, don't just work harder inside of it. Change what it reflects. If family matters, it doesn't merely live in your head. It lives on your calendar. If health matters, it isn't a mood, it's an appointment. If building something of your own matters, it isn't an afterthought. It gets prime real estate, not scraps. People say, I'll start when things calm down. When was the last time everything calmed down? Life doesn't hand you open water. It gives you waves. Learn to surf in the waves. Start small. Protect 1 block. Prove to yourself you can protect 1, then 2, then the week. Excellence is built in hours, not epiphanies. Let me speak to guilt. Many of us feel guilty doing focused, meaningful work, while others demand instant responses. We feel guilty saying no. We feel guilty resting. But guilt is a poor compass. Trade it for responsibility. Responsibility is the mature cousin. It asks, what is mine to carry right now? The answer is not everything. It's what aligns with your values and commitments. You can be generous without being porous. You can be caring without being consumed. Boundaries are not walls. They're guardrails. They keep you and everyone you love safer. And rest? Rest isn't the opposite of productivity. It's part of it. But be honest with your rest. Rest with intention. Put your phone down. Let your brain be bored on purpose sometimes. Boredom is the compost of creativity. When you give your mind white space, it gives you ideas. When you constantly fill it with noise, it gives you numbness. Let's reclaim small pockets of time. We underestimate what 5 focused minutes can do. Waiting in line? Breathe deeply. Plan your next step. Read 1 page. Review your priorities. Micro moments, used well, turn into macro changes. But don't turn your entire life into hustle. Leave some minutes gloriously unoptimized for the things that make being alive worthwhile. A slow conversation, a quiet walk, a look at the sky that doesn't need to be photographed to be real. You might be wondering, what if I've already wasted so much time? If you're breathing, you have time left that counts. The past is a reference library, not a prison. Learn, but don't live there. Today is a platform, and it's the only place you can stand. There is power in deciding that from this day forward, you will be a better steward of your hours. Let's make it concrete with a 1-week reset. For the next 7 days, choose 1 important outcome, not 5. 1. Block 3 focus sessions for it on your calendar, 60 to 90 minutes each. Guard them like you would a doctor's appointment. Each morning, decide your MITs, your 3 most important tasks, and complete the most important one before you open anything with the feed. Each evening, write down what you completed and what you learned about your time. And just as important, choose one time waster to eliminate for the week. 1. Don't try to be a hero. Be consistent. You'll feel resistance. That's normal. New boundaries will surprise people who were used to instant access. New choices will surprise habits that were used to default control. That's okay. You're teaching your life a new rhythm. It will adapt. One more idea that helps me. Talk to your future self. Picture the older you, wiser, grateful, calm. Ask, what would you want me to do with this hour? Sometimes the answer will be, go call your mother. Sometimes it will be, go finish the chapter. Sometimes it will be, go take a walk, you need to clear your mind. When you consult your future self, your present choices get cleaner. Also, be careful with the myth of more. More tools, more hacks, more apps. Tools are amplifiers. They make good systems better and bad systems worse. Start with principles. Then add tools sparingly. A simple timer, a calendar with recurring blocks, a quiet place. That's enough to change your days. Let's name some of the common leaks so you can patch them. Indecision. Not deciding is deciding. It keeps your brain in a spinning wheel that eats time. Use deadlines, even artificial ones, to force decisions and move forward. Rework. Starting without defining done creates loops. Before you begin, finish the sentence. This is done when. Finish work to standards, not vibes. Notifications. Every ping is a pull on your finite attention. Turn off non-essential alerts. Check messages in batches. Make technology serve your intent, not replace it. Context switching. Jumping between tasks taxes your mind. Group similar tasks. Batch communications. Batch admin. Your brain loves to stay in one mode. Open loops. Capture every task, idea, and commitment in a trusted place. Use a notebook or an app, but keep it one place. Clarity reduces anxiety. Anxiety wastes time. Resentful yeses. Saying yes to please others but resenting the time is a double loss. Practice the clean no. Perfection paralysis. Deliver, learn, improve, repeat. Iteration beats imagination. Someday thinking. Someday isn't a day of the week. Put dates on dreams or they drift into never. If you're a parent, a caregiver, a student working multiple jobs, I see you. Your time isn't entirely your own. But even inside constraints, small levers move big stones. Protect 15 minutes for yourself. Use your energy peaks. Refuse to waste the tiny pockets of time you do have on low-quality noise. The more complex your life, the more important your boundaries and your clarity. And if you lead a team, make it a culture. Agendas for meetings, clear owners for tasks, decisions made in the room, fewer status updates and more accountability. Teams waste time with good intentions and bad design. Respect time as a shared asset. At the soul level, this isn't just time management, it's life stewardship. It's aligning what you say matters with what you actually do. It's becoming someone who can be trusted with the hours you're given. When your time and values are aligned, peace shows up, confidence shows up. You trust yourself because you keep promises to yourself, and that confidence spills into everything. Let me leave you with pictures, not just points. Picture your day as a house. Keep the foundation strong, sleep, movement, nutrition. Without that, the house creaks. Build the structural beams, deep work blocks, connection with the people you love, learning something that stretches you. Install utilities, systems that make life run, your calendar, your routines, your checklists. Then decorate, the fun stuff that makes life yours. When people decorate before they build, the first wind knocks everything over. Build, then decorate. Picture your time as a garden. You can't plant everything. Choose. Plant what you want to grow: health, skill, relationships, contributions. Pull weeds, distractions, obligations that don't align, old habits that choke the new. Water and wait. Growth takes time, but you can't outsource the planting. You can only choose the seeds and tend them. Picture your time as a portfolio. Diversify across what matters: income, health, love, learning, joy. Rebalance regularly. Don't let urgent noise overweight your portfolio. Invest in assets that appreciate: skills, relationships, integrity. They pay you back for decades. And picture your minutes like breath on a cold morning. You can see them for a second, and then they disappear. That's not meant to frighten you. It's meant to sharpen you. The fragility of time is what makes it precious. You don't need to hoard it. You need to honor it. So here's the invitation. Today, choose one important thing and give it an undistracted hour. Turn your phone into airplane mode. Close the door if you can. Let people know you'll be back. Do the work. When the hour ends, stand up and feel the difference. That feeling, that quiet satisfaction, is evidence that you can direct your life. Then choose one thing to subtract this week. One meeting you'll decline. One app you'll remove. One habit you'll break up with. Replace it with something that nourishes you. Time is the ultimate non-renewable resource. But the story here isn't scarcity. It's agency. You are the author of how your hours are spent. Live in such a way that the person you'll be in 10 years would be proud of the person you are today. That pride is built in the present tense, in choices so small they look like nothing until they add up to everything. If you remember nothing else from this entire talk, remember this: you don't manage time, you choose it. You don't get a second lifetime, but you do get a second chance. This minute and the next, to use the time you have like it matters, because it does. And wasting it, that's the only mistake you can't afford to keep making. Second, run a simple time audit for 3 days. No fancy app needed. Keep a running note and log what you do in 30-minute blocks. Be honest. Don't judge. Just track. At the end, ask 2 questions. What gave me disproportionate return for the time? What drained me without meaningful return? You'll see patterns. The hours that vanish to quick checks, the times of day when you have most energy, the tasks that take twice as long when interrupted. Awareness is fuel. Third, subtract before you optimize. If your schedule is a closet overflowing with clothes, you don't start by buying better hangers. You remove what doesn't belong. Choose 3 things to cut this week. 3 is powerful because it's small enough to do, big enough to feel. Maybe it's 1 recurring meeting, 1 social feed, 1 obligation you've been holding out of habit. Deleting is making room for your life. Fourth, create a floor and a ceiling. Your floor is the minimum daily action that keeps the promise alive even on your worst day. 10 minutes of movement, 20 minutes of writing, 1 meaningful conversation with a loved one. Your ceiling is the ideal version of the day when everything goes right. People burn out by only planning ceilings and then calling themselves failures when life happens. Floors keep the chain unbroken. Ceilings push you when the wind is at your back. Fifth, design your day around energy, not just time. Time tells you when something happens. Energy tells you how well it will happen. Protect your peak hours for your most important work. Put your shallow tasks where your energy is naturally lower. If your brain is clearest in the morning, do not donate that time to low-value tasks. Guard it like it's your job, because it is. Sixth, single task your deep work. You can juggle shallow tasks, but depth doesn't share well. Your brain doesn't run 2 deep tracks simultaneously. It toggles, and the friction is real. Block 60 to 90 minutes, mute everything, close every window you don't need, and do 1 thing. 1. You'll be shocked how much you can get done when you stop inviting interruptions to the party. Seventh, Build friction against your vices and remove friction for your virtues. Make the time wasters harder to access. Log out, uninstall, move them off your home screen. Set timers. Use website blockers. Make the good stuff easier. Put your running shoes by the door. Lay out your tools. Keep your project open and visible. Turn your phone into a dumb phone during focus blocks. Willpower is precious. Don't burn it on avoidable temptation. 8th, create a no library. Pre-written phrases you can use to protect your time without guilt. I can't commit to that right now. That's not aligned with my priorities this month. I'm honored, but I have to pass. Keep it ready. Saying yes to everything you're vaguely capable of is how you say no to the life you actually want. 9th, schedule white space. Margin isn't wasted time. It's the breathing room that keeps the rest of your time valuable. Without buffer, small surprises become emergencies. With margin, you handle life like a professional instead of a firefighter. Put a block on your calendar labeled buffer. Honor it. 10th, perform a weekly review. Just 1 hour on the weekend or the last hour of your Friday. Look back. What worked? What didn't? What will you change? Then look ahead. What are the 3 most important outcomes for the next week? Block them first. If you don't schedule what matters, what doesn't matter will schedule you. Let's talk about procrastination for a moment. Procrastination isn't a time problem. It's often an emotion problem wrapped in a time problem. We put things off because the task feels ambiguous, overwhelming, or identity-threatening. The antidote is clarity and a small start. Define done in specific terms. Break it into the smallest action that moves it forward. Not work on the book, but write 2 paragraphs on chapter 1. Not get healthy, but walk outside for 10 minutes after lunch. Momentum generates motivation. We're waiting to feel like it. Ironically, action creates the feeling we're waiting for. There's another trap: perfectionism. Perfectionism pretends to protect your standards. In reality, it protects your fear. It's a form of sophisticated procrastination. The cure is shipping. Publish the work at a standard you can live with, learn from the feedback, and iterate. Time rewards people who finish. Finishing builds trust with yourself. Trust compounds. Here's a practical daily flow you can try as a template, then customize. Wake up and, before opening anything reactive, move your body, hydrate, and set your intention for the day in 1 sentence. Then spend your first deep block on your most important outcome. Don't earn your deep work by clearing your inbox. Earn your inbox by completing deep work. Midday, handle communications in batches. Afternoon, do collaborative or administrative tasks when your brain is less sharp. Before you stop, capture tomorrow's top 3 and set up your workspace so you can start immediately. That 5-minute pre-close routine will pay you back every single morning.